Good afternoon again. Thank you for joining us again. We want to try to get out as much information as we can about this morning's incident. My name is Steve Bartlett. I'm the Ada County Sheriff. With me I have our Deputy Chief from Boise Police Department, Ron Weiniger. So earlier today we talked a little bit about our call for service where our patrol deputies had responded to the area of Beacon Light and Highway 16 just outside of Star, Idaho, to a report of a stolen vehicle that was being investigated by the Canyon County Sheriff's Office. Our deputies were responding to that area when they observed a yellow motorcycle that they believed to match the description of the call that they had received. One of our deputies turned on the vehicle, initiated a traffic stop, which ensued in a short pursuit. They called for assistance on that call, and within short order, it turned into a very short foot pursuit, which led to an exchange of gunfire between the suspect that is currently in custody. Boise Police Department has that individual in custody. At this time, we're not releasing his name as we are actively in the middle of an ongoing, much bigger investigation, but we will get that information to you as quickly as possible. After this suspect fired numerous rounds at our deputy, striking him twice, the suspect fled into a nearby field area, housing area, and cornfield. If you know that area around Highway 16 and Beacon Light, you know it's populated by a golf course, cornfields, and a housing development there. We were able to get resources there very quickly, both from the EMS side, our fire side, and law enforcement, and get our deputy transported to our local hospital where he is receiving great care currently. He is undergoing surgery right now. His condition is stable prior to going into surgery. All indications with our conversations with the medical profession right now is that he is expected to make a recovery, but obviously he is in surgery. All of our staff certainly appreciates all of the support and prayers and community that has reached out to our office in support of our deputies. Thank you very much for that. As we talked a little bit about earlier this morning, this investigation is handled by our Critical Incident Task Force, our 5 local agencies here in Ada County. Boise Police Department is the lead investigating agency in this investigation, which we're very thankful for them, and our Chief Weiniger is with us today to potentially answer any of the questions that you may have. Keep in mind, this is so early on in the investigation that we are not currently releasing the name of our deputy that is currently in surgery, and we are not releasing the name of the suspect that shot our deputy at this time. And so with that, I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. From this point forward, all media relations and communication will be handled through the Boise Police Department, as they will be the lead. But we want to get in front of you and be as transparent as we can and get you as much information. I do want to say thank you to our Ada County community. Right away, after we were able to get our code red messages out and get our community sheltered in place, we received a number of tips from our community, our citizens, that we took in and were able to get those to our detective division, which helped us immensely. We were able to recover some video product that allowed us to identify our potential suspect at the time. I want to let you know that your patrol division, your team, as a community, our Treasure Valley law enforcement partners came together and responded to this very critical, active, dangerous situation, and they did an outstanding job, both from protecting our citizens and also taking care of our injured deputy. and then the follow-up. We dispatched our SWAT team to the area as we had a very active environment that was critically dangerous at that time. And because of the great work of all of our community law enforcement partners, we were able to identify our suspect. We were also able to locate him through some technology. We were able to use our drones to get overhead and locate him, and then we were able to actively negotiate with him on the phone and get him to come out and turn himself in without any other harm coming to him or our community or our deputies. And so I want to say thank you to our community members that called in and helped us, not only by providing information, but also by staying out of the area and keeping the location as safe as we could. So with that, I'll stand for any questions.
Just a follow-up earlier, now that the suspect's in custody, do we know if he was struck during the gunfire?
I'm having a really hard time hearing you.
Do we know if the suspect was struck during the gunfire? That was brought up earlier. It wasn't clear.
Yeah, we don't believe so.
By chance, did any of the people in the area and the houses, did they find the suspect who's in custody now? Was it a community member or a deputy who essentially apprehended him?
Yeah, so initially when the call came in and we were asking everybody to call in and give us our tips, we did have a number of community members that called us to say, we watched him go this way, we watched him go over this fence, but as a result of great police work and our drones, we were able to locate him through some additional technology that we have available, and then we were able to start that dialogue with him on our cell phones. I don't want to get too much into the investigation, just to give the investigative team, our CITF team, as much information that they need. So, any other questions?
Did you take any of the canines out to help with the search?
We did. We had a number of our patrol dogs in the area that helped establish a track. Our canines were able to locate a number of pieces of evidence. Earlier in the morning, you heard me say that he stole a backpack or had a backpack on him. That our canines were able to locate that evidence and able to track him to his location. So great job to our canine division. And I believe we had a number of dogs from our surrounding agencies. And then on the back end, for investigative purposes, we use our canines to locate casings and the other pieces of evidence. And so, yes.
Now, are you able to discuss what charges this gentleman would be facing?
You know, we are actively working. Our prosecutors came not only to the scene, but they're here with us at the hospital. That will be a discussion that we have ongoing throughout today to ensure that the right charges are filed. But let's be clear, this individual tried to kill one of my deputies, and that will be dealt with incredibly seriously as we progress through this day. Yes, sir.
Has a firearm been recovered from the suspect at the scene?
Yes, we recovered 2 firearms at the scene, again, along with the backpack, but that's part of the investigation. But from a community safety perspective, we do not know that the firearms that we recovered are the firearms that were used in the commission of the crime, but we will be actively investigating that today.
So, originally he was thought to have stolen a yellow motorcycle?
That is correct. Canyon County, we discussed earlier this morning that Canyon County had a stolen vehicle and a burglary call, requested assistance, put information out over the radio, which is how our deputies got involved as they responded to the area to help on the call for service.
Sheriff Bartlett, kind of specific here, but when the chase was happening over and it ended near, and he got on foot near Beacon Light Road, how did he get off that motorcycle? Did he get off himself, or what happened there?
Yes, absolutely. As the vehicle pursuit was happening, that's where Highway 16 and Beacon Light, right in that area, is where the pursuit ended. and within short order is when the gun battle ensued. I want to thank you, the media, for coming today, not only this afternoon, but also this morning. Getting the message out with our stakeholders and our partners is critical to our success here in Ada County, and so thank you for that. Thank you to our hospital staff that are taking care of my deputy. We are incredibly thankful for all of the care that he's receiving right now. And then a message to our partners. Meridian Police and Nampa and Boise Police, Garden City Police. We could not do this job in this valley without all of our agencies coming together, and that showed itself in a great way today. Getting a very bad individual off of the street. And then the next step of that will be working with our prosecutors to make sure that this individual does not have the ability to do this to somebody else. And that's kind of where we're at today. So again, this will be our last press conference for the day. All further media contact and information will be handled through the Boise Police Department. Thank you.